So the United States President Donald Trump has met with Qatar Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani to discuss the future of Gaza, the ceasefire. I can tell you this, the IDF is tired of all this back and forth. We're saying, look, let us finish this or get us all our hostages back, do something, because we're already controlling, and we got patrols covering around 75% of the Gaza Strip, and there's some very hard work ahead of us, very dangerous work ahead of us to finish the job, but that's what we want to do. We want to finish this. Look to Syria. What is going on in Syria, you ask? I'm here to answer that. You have, first of all, our minister in the government, Shikhli. He says first thing to do is eliminate the terrorist known as Julani. Yeah, he says Al-Julani with the HTS, who the guy who was Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and who's now running the place, the terrorist in a suit. It's the same ISIS man, but wearing a suit. And what they were doing to the Druze, the torture they were doing to the Druze people. They're our allies. They're our friends, the Druze. There's Druze in Israel. There's Druze all over the Middle East, but there's a lot of Druze there in Syria. And there's Druze in Lebanon as well. And he says, our minister says that this Syrian, this Ahmad al-Shara is a terrorist. That's Jolani, right? And that he's a barbaric murderer who should be eliminated. I mean, look at how there's a breakthrough of Druze going to rescue their friends, their family there, rushing in. And Israel's saying, look, we're not going to stand idly by while our allies are under attack. We take care of our people. And it's just wrong for them to get massacred. So the IDF forces continue to monitor developments. No, we don't just want war. We don't want more war, but we can't let our allies be killed. So right now you have Division 210 in the field, and you have a lot of stuff happening in Syria right now. Check out the explosions right now as our Air Force is hitting Damascus. I mean, that is so big right now, so big. Is this going to be a full-blown war with Syria? I hope not. We're taking out, we're doing operational missions right now as well. And so the IDF is going to continue to operate defensively and offensively where it needs to be in order to make sure that the Syrian, that they won't attack us and they won't hurt our allies there. So right now we've bombed what's called the Syrian Defense Ministry building in Damascus. That is the main target. And strikes are continuing against the military targets of the Syrian regime in southern Syria. And so you have the Air Force was commanded by IDF Intelligence Directorate. They got the information and said, we got the order to go and take out a bunch of armored vehicles as well, with heavy machine guns and weapons that we saw on their way to Al-Suwaida region. And so there's a lot of firing positions, weapon storage facilities, and other military targets of the Syrian regime in southern Syria. Remember, Assad was evil. Everyone thinks and hopes and wants to believe the best for this guy, al-Shara. His name is Jolani. And it looks like so far we're not there. He's going on rampages of murder. And so we're continuing to monitoring the developments. We're going to monitor everything, make sure that everything stays safe for our Druze friends. And the Druze people raise a flag of Israel in Syria, and they say they're so glad that Israel jumped in to protect them from being completely massacred. You got to look at Isaiah 17, right? Verse 1, where it says, behold, look, Damascus will cease to be a city, and it will be a heap of ruins. It talks about this destruction of Damascus. It's never happened in history. I always wonder, I look at these things and I always wonder, when is that going to be? You find it in Isaiah 17 as well. So isn't that interesting? Isaiah 17, verse 1, and Isaiah 17, verse 3, the fortress will disappear from Ephraim and the kingdom from Damascus. So maybe Israel ends up having a fortress there, and it's like, don't do that. So guys, as we're looking in this time, I just want to say, stay strong, stay safe, stay focused on the promises of God.